Good evening.
Good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, number 432, over.
Oh, hello there, old 432. Good signal over here. No problem. Hope you had a good weekend there.
Yep, doing a lot of side job for work. Didn't get her finished, though. But anyway, I'm going to go down and eat, so I'll be monitoring, over.
Alrighty, we'll see you when you get back up. KM6SRR, K6MYC, and anybody else for the Bozo Net. I'm beaming south, looking for N6SWR and KB6RQU.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Yeah, there we are, Daryl. Good evening. Good signal. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, you making any headway up there?
Nope, not yet, but I will. It's a foregone conclusion. I'm going to do it. So.
Oh, I hear you. Well, I guess we got to know the news. I don't know whether you guys heard or not, but Frank's got COVID, so he's quarantined. He probably would be able to help you, but he can't do anything for a few days, I guess. I don't know what the time frame is.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? He needs to stay kind of down for like 10 days. Geez, who did Frank get around that he got COVID?
Well, I'm only guessing, maybe his wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's right. She's still working, isn't she?
NYC, WB6ISO.
Yeah, good evening, Dennis. Number 86, WB6ISO off the back of the antenna. Good evening to you, Dennis.
Check-ins early. I know they've been running pretty late up here lately. Can you go ahead and check in 160 and 336, N1 PPP and K6 OSS? Go ahead and get us checked in early.
We got them all checked in. Thanks very much, Dennis.
Thank you, Mike. I do appreciate it. I know there's another station that was trying to get hold of somebody down in the Selma area, so I will get out of the way and hope you have a fine evening down there. Say hello to Judy for me, over.
She's right here. She's listening.
73 for now. Take care. WB6ISO.
All righty. And again, I'm beaming down south, looking for N6SWR.
KK6ZKE 704.
Good evening, Terry. K6ZKE. K6MYC, how are you? And what's going on in the garage here tonight?
Well, I got another audio amp I'm working on, and I've got to try to find a 1965 reference for semiconductors.
Okay, you're trying to keep up with Bill down there. AA6S restoring all the old stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about him. Well, maybe I'll have to look him up.
Well, he should. Well, Sunday nights he's usually missing here. I think he has a lot of family that come over for dinner, or he goes over there or something. So sometimes he's not usually in here on Sunday night. I'm also looking for KE6VON. So Adam, if you're around, let me know what your status is. Although he may not be in here yet.
This is Bozo 831.
Whiskey 6, Papa Yankee Papa.
Here in Southern California, high desert. Looking toward the coast there. Anybody copy?
We copy you there. I think it's K6USS, KD6USS, is that it?
Yeah, KD6USS out here in the high desert there. Bozo 831 looking for check-ins for the Southern California Sunday night Bozo Net.
Yeah, we got you. 831. And good evening to you. This is Mike, K6MYC, Bozo 47. And we may have some others for you, but they're just starting to collect on frequency here. Greg, good evening to you. Boy, it's been some time. W6PYP. Give Judy your number again. I missed it. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey Mike, good evening. 583, and yeah, I finally got the night off. I've been babysitting grandkids, seems like forever, so I got the night off.
Okay, what's keeping you busy in the evenings these days again? Say it again.
Oh, I'm helping out babysitting some grandkids, so they take all my attention when they're here, or if I go over there, then I have no radio, so it's been fun.
I understand. Okay, well, you're doing the duty. Very good. Well, good to have you here. Glad you got the night off, sort of. And a nice signal up this way. Not bodacious, but certainly adequate. I may not be peaked quite on you, but good to hear you. We do have another Southern California station on frequency here. Were you hearing him?
Negative, Mike. You know, I need to check my antenna. Hopefully I'm even pointing at you. I haven't checked it for a few weeks.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Let me see who else we have in here. Anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Central Northern California Bozo Net.
Bozo number 247.
Okay, we got you, Ben, 247. Stand by a second, Ben. There was somebody else in there. Who was the other one?
K6USY.
K6USY. Good evening, 1079. Good evening there, Aaron. And do you have your co-pilot with you tonight?
Yes, we do. Yep. So 1079 and Bozo 1100. K6USY, West Fresno.
Yeah, 1100. Good deal. Good to see Brittany in here. Okay, and down to you, Ben. Take a transmission. I'm sorry we're not doing very well with you on 432. I think you have a problem. As you probably discussed it with Bill, he thinks you're way down from where you should be. He's hearing you, but barely, but he's looking right down your throat there. So I couldn't find a trace of you at all. So, and I know you're not hearing me, which is not a good sign either, because I'm running 800, 700 or 800 watts at the antenna. N6SWR, Bakersfield, K6MYC.
Yeah, you're loud and clear tonight on the 2-meter sideband here. I did make some changes and stuff. Thursday night I'll give it another shot. Hopefully I've improved it.
Okay. I'm assuming you have checked your VSWR and things like that, but before you found a piece of cable that had an open or something like that, and that's kind of what it sounds like. It just sounds like you're not connected to the antenna. You're hearing enough through it on a capacitive coupling on a broken connection, but a capacitive coupling through that. You're hearing Bill, but not getting out there. So I'm sure you'll find it. Good luck anyway. We'd like to have you in there. And we did hear you at one point, so you have things, probably the antenna is okay. I think everything's okay from the antenna standpoint. Just got something wrong on the feed line. N6SWR, and then we'll turn it over and see if we can get old Bozy 61 at Lake Isabella in here. N6SWR, I would turn it over to Rob, but he's downstairs eating dinner. This is K6MYC. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, that's okay. Tell him I said hi when you talk to him next locally there, and I appreciate it. I'll talk to him tomorrow night. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Have a good Bozo Net. N6SWR.
Roger, Ben. I'll pass it on to Rob when he gets back up in here. Thanks much. KV6RQU, Lake Isabella. How about it, Rick? Nothing from Rick. Okay, who else do we have? We're missing a lot of people here.
KJ6TYO 1009.
1009. Good evening, Ron. KJ6TYO. KJ6TYO, Southern Fresno. K6MYC. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just got back from Morro Bay. Pretty nice over there. So, little quick getaway for the wife's 60th birthday.
Okay. I'm hearing the boys in Southern California there also. Okay, on Morro Bay. Probably a little cooler over there, wasn't it?
Yep, pretty nice over there. Pretty nice. All right, Mike, I'll let you take it away. KJ6TYO 1009.
Okay, very good, Ron. Thanks much for checking in here. Good to hear you. And We'll look forward to hearing you Wednesday night as well, hopefully, if you can make it there. J6TYO 1009 K6MYC Bozo 47. Was there somebody down south that's copying me? Over. Quiet now, okay. Let's see here. QRZ, anybody else? We should have quite a few people missing here. N6BYH, WA60YB. Oh my goodness. About a dozen others here in the bay, in the area. WB6JNP. Don't hear Dane either. How about Frank? Frank, are you well enough to get on here? W6BBS? Apparently not.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh boy, you sound a little ready. Do you think you picked this up from Jen, or where did you get it?
No, I'll bet I picked it up from those people I was working for. They fed me a meal, and one of them had what she thought was a cold, and I bet you that's where I got it. But anyways, long story short, I go back to the doctor tomorrow for a retest, and I'm definitely on the downhill run. I'm feeling better than I was, and I seem to be recovering somewhat. I wanted to say, and thanks to you, Mr. Stahl, because last time you gave me some ivermectin, and it's just been sitting there waiting in case it was needed, and so as soon as I got the word, I refused their treatments, and I'm doing my own, and I'm doing better. Over.
Very good, very good. We got Bad Boy, the skunk, in here this evening giving Abby a bedtime. It could have been raccoon, too. We don't know. They're coming up real early. As soon as it gets dark, they're here to eat. They think it's dinner time right off the bat here. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. You scared him away, didn't you? Okay. Yeah, well, Bad Boy showed up, or at least it was one of his kids. I haven't seen him yet. Judy described him. It looked like a shorter tail than Bad Boy, but one of his kids, because they know us pretty well. He doesn't make any fuss. He just runs away. But Bad Boy wouldn't run away. He's totally okay with it. You see it again?
Oh, it's gone. I mean, the tray is gone.
Now they eat the tray and they push it along. Okay, little interruption here. Anyway, good to hear you're sort of on the downhill tide, and hopefully the ivermectin is helping. That sounds good. Glad you took advantage of that. I'm glad we gave it to you. It helps you get over it quicker. Okay, good to hear you. Good to hear your voice. We've been missing you, of course, and lots of things going on. I've got the roofers coming on Tuesday, and I've got everything off the roof except for the two dishes. I got the 4-foot and the 8-foot dish, but we can lift that down with the workers. There's no pieces loose on it, so it's just a matter of hoisting it down and laying it on the ground. Everything else is off the roof and clear. They're going to rip off that whole roof all the way down to the boards, all the way down to the rafters, and build up back up from there. So that's what's going on there. Other than that, everything's working along fine. We're getting lots of charge. Of course, it's been cool, so we haven't been running the air conditioning at all, much less the swamp coolers. Last night when I went to bed, the batteries were at 90%, and that was about 10 o'clock, so you can see we're doing fine. W6BBS 72, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, very good. Glad to hear about the barn. That was going to be my next transmission. I saw the text from Judy, and I was going to say, after I go to the doctor, you guys have to stay away from me, and I can't come in the house or anything, but I would come down and clean the barn off if they were coming. But since you got all that done and they can help you with the dishes, that sounds good.
Yeah, no problem.
831, looking for Jen.
In the meantime, I'm pretty achy. I'm because I've been laying around, and so my back and legs are achy. So I wanted to get out, move around a little bit. So I've been putzing around, doing a few things, but not nothing too big this afternoon. But one thing that transpired before I got to this point was
Stand by, the LA station will be with you in a second.
It's 40 feet now of the launcher, and the three antennas, 2 meters, 432 and 1296 up there, fully rotatable. Coaxes are trimmed back to the right length and connected. It's basically a completed project. And that was the real reason I was sitting here. I just wanted to sit and listen on 2 meters. I don't want to talk too much, and see how it's hearing. And just one person, for example, Dennis was always pretty warbly to me, and even off the back he was pretty clear. And I was hearing Ben, SWR, and those guys down south pretty good. So this looks like this improvement's going to work. And I need to stop talking now. My throat's getting sore. Hello, Judy, and hello, Mike. Thank you guys for what you do. W6BBS 72 Course Gold.
The Sunday night Bozo Net, Southern California. Anybody want to check in?
Yes, K6MYC, Bozo 47. Did you get us already?
I got you, Mike. I haven't heard anybody else there.
Okay, no problem. The big guns are not in here at this point in time. There was a local station chatting through your whole transmission, but I copied you a little bit through it, but he's stronger, of course, than you are. But he's just running low power here, but he's local. Alrighty, thanks much, and give our best to Pat and the guys down there. That'll be a 6 PMD.
I will do that. KG6 USS 73, Mike.
Okay, KJ6 USS K6MYC. Booming signal at the moment. You're just crushing me here.
KM6SRR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Say hello to John down there.
Yeah, a little over 100 watts towards you there. So, yeah. Anyway, hey, thanks for the comeback. I appreciate it, and always.
Go ahead, Rob.
How you doing, John? KG6 USS KM6SRR.
Gotcha. How you doing tonight? What's your Bozo number?
Bozo 432, over.
432, right?
QSL 432.
All right, Rob, thanks for the comeback, and I appreciate it. Got you on the list there.
Hey, thanks, John. We'll see you next week. KM6SR, standing by.
Hey, where is he?
Coming in here tonight.
He's in the high desert. You want to give him a call, Frank? Listen up. Stand by, John. Let's go ahead, Frank.
He's in Fallon, Frank.
KG6 USS, this is Whiskey 6 Bravo Sierra, Whiskey 6 Baker Sugar, DMO7, over.
Okay, I got a 66. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, it's W6BBS, Whiskey 6 Baker Sugar, Delta Mike 07, DMO7, over.
Give him your Bozo number.
7272, over.
You get that, John? I thought you were in the high desert. Somebody said you're in Palos Verdes. I don't think so, right?
No, sir, I'm in high desert. I'm about 20 miles, 12 miles west of Victorville, off the I-15 here.
Yeah, okay.
I did not get his Bozo number. What is that Bozo number there?
7272.
Okay, got it on the list there. Thanks for the comeback. Doggone it, where's he at?
He's just north of me in Course Gold, but he's got low power on tonight.
Copy. All right, well, I got 432 and 72.
Yeah, anybody else for John down there in the high desert?
KG6 USS WA6 LOL. Hello, John.
I'm trying, but I can't hear him.
You're my stalwart up there.
Yeah, 856, Bozo 856. Yeah, you sound good tonight.
I always appreciate the comeback from you, no doubt about it, because that means I'm getting out there.
Yep, you're getting out pretty well up here. Yeah, I got the antenna over at 146 degrees, about 4 degrees off of on Mike there. So anyway, good to talk to you. KG6 USS and the gang there, WA6 LOL, Sonora.
WA6 LOL, KG6 USS 73, and thank you for the comeback. You got you on the list.
Hey, Mike.
Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, now that they're done, I wasn't hearing him real well, but I was hearing him, definitely hearing him. And like you said, I'm only running the 100 watts tonight. And that's one of the things I'd hope for when I pointed in that direction, because I have a whole lot more clearance than I did before. So this new antenna site's going to work well. Over.
Yeah, good. No, it'll be fine. He's, of course, very far east. He's near Victorville.
Right. I was just looking on the map. That's a pretty good shot from up here.
Yeah, that's a tough one because he's around the corner. You have a better shot at L.A.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, Mike. Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf, 971, check in.
Barely picking him up there, Mike. What's his Bozo number?
Well, that was Frank Still, WS6BBS, Bozo 72.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, I can just barely hear him in the mud there.
Well, yeah, you may have more noise than he's got. He's up in the country here. We're out in the country with quiet receiving conditions. He's not copying you all that strong either, John, but he's getting you. You're a good copy. But he's running 100 watts to a 9-element M squared at about, well, he's up on the side of a hill, so the height of the antenna is meaningless. It's 40 feet above ground or so.
Copy that. If you were to look at my location, I sit on the north side of the San Gabriel Mountains at about 4,200 elevation here. And I've got, like when I look at Vandenberg.
We hear you, Ron. Just stand by.
Vandenberg, I can see them 30 seconds from their lift out there. Copy?
Okay, very good. You go do your thing. We got more check-ins here. And thanks very much for getting us in there. You're doing good from down there. You've got a great location. KJ6 USS, K6MYC. Who was the other breaker? Oh, the other checker-inner from up here?
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf.
Was that connect control on Los Angeles?
Yeah, okay. We got you, Dave, 971. Good to hear you. You're surviving the warmer weather.
Yeah, boy, it's a lot warmer today, wasn't it?
I think we got up to about 92, 93. The confusion in the shack here with this, we got 2 raccoons that have come into the next room here in the middle of the barn, and they're eating. They probably cleaned out the trays already because they're baby raccoons and they're really hungry. They're just small ones. Anyway, and the cat's just getting along with him here. He's laying next to us. He's okay. You guys go ahead and eat. I'll just stay here. Thank you.
You're going to have 100 of those things over there.
Okay, you also have QUI checking in, Mike.
Okay, we'll get you in just a second, Ron. Just stand by. We're still mushing around with the raccoons here. They're younger raccoons, and they've splattered the food all over the floor, so they're running around picking up scraps of food. All righty. Hang on a second, Ron. Let's see if there's anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley per se. How about KB6RQU, Rick? Okay, no Rick. Anybody else before we go to Atascadero? Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie. Okay, Ron, here we come. Go ahead, Ron, take it.
Tonight for some reason. Good evening, Mike. I guess you're cranking your antenna around. Anyway, good evening. I want to check Eric in, KN6EIV. He's still planning on where to put this antenna he wants to put back up. Also, Bill is online here, so be sure and pick up Bill over there in the Paso Robles. K6 MYC W6QUI. Bozo 1055.
Roger, 1055. We got you, Ron. Thanks very much, and we'll write in Bozo number 1044-1044, Judy. And then I don't remember what Bill's Bozo number is, but let's see if we can get it. KB6WRW. KB6WRW. Make a transmission. Give us your Bozo number. Let's see if we can pull you through tonight. KB6WRW, K6MYC. Over, over.
I don't hear him, Ron. Yeah, you guys were doubling. Try again, Bill.
Over, Mike.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Okay, I can hear him. I wasn't paying attention. He gets called. This is Whiskey 6 Bravo, Bravo Sierra. Frank in course code number 72. Mike's not hearing you right now, but I hear you just fine, and so we've got you checked in. Go ahead and give me your call and Bozo again, please. Roger, Roger. That's Bozo 1052 KB6WRW in down there in, I believe Ron said Paso Robles, right?
That's USL.
Yeah, now you're coming up out of the noise, Bill. KB6WRW, K6MYC. That was Q5 that time. Thank you for checking in, Bill. Good to hear you again. Over.
Beat him on this one location, but we've got you checked in. You're a nice S7 signal up here in course code. Over.
Roger, Roger. Copy that. And then I actually copied Mike a little bit on that last one. He kind of doubled with you. What was that you were saying, Mike? K6MYC?
Yeah, I just said you're up out of the noise in good shape now. I don't know whether you moved the antenna or whether it's just the path, but you're perfectly Q5. Very nice signal. Pleased to have you back in. It's been quite some time, but I know you're a busy boy down there. KB6WRW, Paso Robles, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Mike, yeah, something changed. You were way down in the noise, and then you came up and you got him on that last transmission, but then you figured it out.
Okay, that was, he faded out again, Frank.
Yeah, he was just basically same thing. You were very weak, and then all of a sudden you came up real good, and you faded out. And it's funny because there's no fades here. His signal's a pretty rock-solid S7. I got no fading up here. So it's just the elevation difference, I think, getting you, Mike. Over.
No, he's got blockage to me. I have blockage in that direction. I don't have a clear shot toward Atascadero.
Well, you
copy that.
You just have to persevere like when you're working contests.
That's right. All right, Bill, good evening to you. I mean, up and down like a rocket. KJ6, KB6WRW. Thanks again for checking in. Hopefully we hear you more often through the winter now.
You probably didn't hear that. By the way, I was copying the guy in the high desert here. Unfortunately, my power line noise is up tonight, so it was a little marginal, but I could hear him in there.
Yeah, that's he's in the Southern California near Victorville there. KJ6USS, Kilo Juliet 6 Uniform Sugar in Victorville, or near Victorville anyway. All right, very good, Bill. Thanks for checking in. Good signal, holding up nicely now. KB6 WRW, K6MYC in the group.
Yeah, KB6WRW, did you copy Mike that time?
Yeah, he was talking, but I could not make out who he was talking to on that last transmission.
I'm hearing him better than he's hearing me.
Thanks for checking in, and please keep it up. You know, keep joining us here. We're glad to have you aboard, and have a wonderful evening. And other than that blockage for him that he's got down there, you know, it's just something we're going to have to deal with. But I'm always up here most of the time and can relay for you. So thanks for being there, and have a good evening. Over.
Roger, Roger. Sounds good. 73 KBWRW.
73.
226 is here.
Okay, very good. Hi, Ken. Were you hearing the fellows over there in Paso Robles?
Oh, yeah. I heard him just fine.
Okay, good evening to you. 226, Judy. Judy just walked back in. We have an invasion of very hungry baby raccoons here.
Is that Ken?
Yeah, that's Ken. 226, WA6OIB. Anyway, how are you doing? We didn't expect you this evening, Ken. Over.
Yeah, and good evening to Bill, if you're copying out down there, Bill. Nice signal here, WA60IB. I'm doing great, Mike. Marcus was here for the evening, had dinner with us, and we did the net together and whatnot. So we just got finished up a little bit ago, so here I am.
Okay, very good. Hi to Marcus. You want to give us, I can't remember Marcus's number. Give us his number.
He's already gone. He left just a few minutes ago.
Okay. Very good. Let's see. Anybody else before we go to Santa Cruz? Okay, all quiet on the Western Front here. Here we go towards Santa Cruz and maybe Monterey, but I don't know if LIE has gotten reestablished there in Arizona yet.
Did you copy that, Mike?
Yeah, my standby. Mike's rotating antennas. Just standby.
Who's calling?
Yeah, hey, Mike. KW6T Bozo 410. Just wanted to get in early.
Oh, off the back of the beam. Okay, very good, Russ. Good evening to you. We'll get you in here. 410, KW6 Tango. We're also looking for KW6 Sugar. So the two right next to each other there in the alphabet, and then the call sign handouts. Hi. Good to hear you, Russ. Stand by if you can. Otherwise, we'll see you whenever you can get back in here. I'm still pointed toward the Bay Area. I just got over that way.
Roger.
Okay. WA6LIE. WA6LIE or KW6S, either one, K6MYC.
KW6S, 610.
Oh, there he is, 610, KW6S. Good evening, and a nice strong signal here. I don't know what's going on with Scott in Monterey. I know he's moved, but I thought he was going to keep the remote base active and be checking in. I think all he has to do is have a telephone. He can check in, but apparently it hasn't been conducive for him to do that. But I'm going to keep calling for him. But I think he's moved to Arizona, Scott. Bill, over. Tom.
Yeah, very good. I don't know. I asked around. We had a little ham get-together here Saturday, and I asked around a bit if anybody knew what his situation was, and just sort of everybody I talked to just didn't really know much of anything as far as if he'd actually got moved or not. But otherwise, things are great here, and you're coming in good, as is Frank and really Ken there. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, very good. We'll take a standby for Lee in a second, but Ken, take one, and then we'll shoot over to Frank. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, Tom. Good signal here as usual. Good to hear you. And I'm on your little ham get-together. I guess maybe a breakfast or something like that, I guess you had, or something like that. Okay. Yeah, LIE's going to be out of the area a bit, but I like Mike says, I hope he keeps his remote base going. But who knows? Things change. So, okay. Well, good evening to you. And let's see, you wanted me to turn back up to Frank, I guess. W6BBS, the gang, WA60IB.
All right, good evening to you, Ken, WA60IB in the group W6BBS, DMO7. Good evening to you, Tom. You're only 20 over tonight, only 20 over at the new antenna location. I'm all the way up on the ridge. I'm actually only 25 feet lower than the highest point on my property, and it's a beautiful ridge. I'm even now seeing a little daylight to the east of me. I can actually work to the east with these antennas a little bit, but in your direction. I can now see over the first and second ridge and see even lower on the coastal range, so it should be working pretty good. KW6S, W6BBS.
Yeah, Frank, it is working pretty good there. I know we always look for that ridge refraction, but I think the fewer of those you have to use, the better, because but you're doing real good there tonight, as is. I must have a slot in the mountains to OIB. Anyway, turn it back to you, Mike. W6BBS, WA6OIB, back to K6MYC.
Good evening, Tom. KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Boy, full house of good signals tonight.
Hey, Rob, join us on 455.
Roger there, Daryl. And yes, Tom, you're coming in S9 over here, doing really good tonight, over.
Yeah, maybe the cooler weather is going to do us some favors here on 2 meters. KM6SRR, KW6S.
All right, good to hear you, Tom. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, very good. We still got the raccoons coming and going here. These little kid raccoons, they're just real curious. Even though Judy put some food way down at the end of the barn, they keep coming up and looking in here. They're curious. That's funny. We got all the menagerie here. This is the end of the year, and they're starving down there. There's nothing green, nothing to eat, so they're very hungry, which makes them very aggressive. Not from a fighting standpoint, but from a food standpoint. So, and Blackie or Abby is getting along with him just fine here. He's interfacing with them here. He's not bothered at all by them.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, a little bit, but mostly because of us. He's here 24/7 with them. Anyway, okay. Let's see if Lee is in here by any chance. Lee, how about it? AF6 United. AF6 United near Watsonville. K6MYC, Bozo Net.
K6MYC, AF6 United, 1098. I am here, and nothing really new to talk about tonight, so I'll just say hello and 7-3.
Okay. Well, be sure and get that 432 antenna up this coming Thursday. You got all week to get that rascal up and pointed. So hopefully we'll hear you this coming Thursday on 432. We'll check out and take the pointy stick out of your back on Wednesday if you tell us you're going to be there Thursday. Over.
Hey, Lee.
Yes, sir, Ken.
What's cooking on that tower, that little tiny tower you had there? You found a home for it?
No, I haven't quite figured out what the heck I'm going to do. I really don't have a good place to put up a lot of guy wires and stuff like that, so my intention originally was to crank it up and crank it down. I was even thinking about putting like a Harbor Freight winch on the thing to, electrically crank it up and crank it down. I'm just playing with a lot of ideas, but thank you for all of the information you sent me. I really appreciate that, Ken.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just curious how you're coming with the project. So it's still in there. It's still in the works. Okay, good enough. Well, good to hear you, Lee. Good signal here. WA6OIB. Thank you, Mike.
All right, WA6OIB from AF6 United. And I will be on 432. I was on 432 last Thursday night. I was just off frequency, and I don't know how the heck I got there and what was going on, but I was, I don't know, I was way off frequency, and by the time I finally tuned down and was able to hear you guys, you had already gone up to the Bay Area, and with my really tiny, weak signal, I figured there's no way that I'm going to get through, so I just decided, all right, I'll try next Thursday. The antenna is up, and I think it's pointed in the right direction, although I don't have a rotator on it yet. It's on a 30-foot pole that sticks up with no guy wires, so I'm afraid to put too much weight up there.
So anyway, that's my situation. AF6 United, back to net.
Yeah, fine, Lee. Well, you'll get it. And keep hammering away at it. Sorry about being off frequency and us missing you. I would try anyway. Make a few calls even if you think you blew it, because you never know. There's people that are listening that may have a lobe in your direction there. All right, take care. Back to you, Tom, for a final, unless Rob or Frank want to give you a report. Frank, you want to give Lee a report there near Watsonville? Frank's busy. How about you, Rob? Rob's busy. Okay, back to you, Tom, for the final. K6MYC to KW6T.
KW6F, not T. T's the next one. Yeah, I'm not going to be here Thursday night. I don't think. It's my youngest daughter's birthday, and we're going out for dinner. And I might make it back in time, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I've been worrying about raccoons here because they came and ate all my goldfish before. It doesn't seem to be the raccoons, but my daughter saw a crow wade out into the little pond a little ways and pluck out a goldfish and fly off with it. So the fish are going to have to get a little smarter and get a little deeper to protect themselves. I guess we'll find out which ones are smart enough to do that a little later. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, welcome to the countryside. You know all about it. You grew up on a farm. The wild animals are very aggressive about feeding and eating. It's sometimes hard to have pets that aren't aware of what's going on. Fish, much like, more likely, are not totally aware of a crow coming down and grabbing their butt. All right, take care. I'm sorry about the call sign. We have also Russ on frequency tonight. He checked in earlier, KW6T. That's why I had his call sign on my brain. Good evening, Tom, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters. KW6 Sugar in the group, K6MYC, now into the Bay Area.
Kilo Echo 6 Quebec Romeo.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, KE6QR with a big signal. Let me get you first, Gary. Go ahead, 177.
Roger that, 177. Good to hear you, Mike. Good conditions tonight. You're sounding really good, and all is going well. Hope you're having a good net.
Yeah, no, you're doing good, and you must be home. You have a much stronger signal from home than you do when you're down there, up there in Isleton, over.
Roger that. Well, yeah, at Isleton, I'm just using 2 of your loops on a step ladder. That's all I can do there in the RV park. It's just kind of fun to see what I can do that way. But at home here, I do have a 40-foot tower.
Yeah, it's a little bit more consistent. Although it's always good to hear you from Isleton, but sometimes we have to wait a while for the path to develop there. Anyway, good evening to you. I heard Ed in there as well. WA6AXX, I think, Ed, K6MYC.
Yeah, hello, WA6AXX773. Hello, Judy, and nothing going on here, so back to you, Mikey. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay, I don't know how we're going to hear some of the other guys in the Bay Area. KE6QR has dropped pretty good copy for me tonight, so we might be okay with without having your ears in play. QRZ, the Bay Area. QRZ Bozo Net, 2 meters, Bay Area, K6MYC, and group listening. Okay, we got 2 of you in there, at least one of you perhaps, but you must have on the verge of having a VSWR problem because your audio is coming and going. Either something's broken or you're shutting down. again. Try it again. Let's see if we can pull you through. Everybody put your ears on. See if we can figure out who this station is that's trying to check in. Just try your Bozo number about 4 or 5 times. Maybe we can piece it together, please. Over, over. Hear him. Anybody hearing anything there? We're having all kinds of fun. Now we've got a skunk in here. We got 2 raccoons, a cat, and a skunk in here. We're just having a hell of a time. Yeah, a little baby skunk in here. It's
not a baby.
Well, he's not a baby. He's half grown. That's one of the kids from Bad Boy, the male skunk that was grew up with us here. Okay, let's try again. Bay Area Bozo Net, please. Try it again. K6MYC.
AB6SR 807.
807, and you should see what we're seeing here. We got wild animals within about 5 or 6 feet of us here running around in the garage, in the barn, over.
Yeah, there's 2 raccoons and a baby skunk, eh? And Judy, too. Good evening to you. Okay, nothing much here. Normally I'm asleep when you're on, so I missed by a week or so. Jim, WB6JNN is about as well. So we had about 83 here today. Reasonable day. Haven't done much. Yesterday I repaired a cassette recorder, put 4 new belts in. Boy, was that an issue. Anyway, nothing much else. Back to you, Mike. K6MYC AB6SR in Los Gatos 807.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Another skunk.
Oh, now we got 2 skunks. 2 skunks, 2 raccoons, and a cat. Boy, they're all coming up for dinner. That's what happens when you feed them. Very good. And okay on your weather today, just in. It was about 93 here today, so we were up on you just a little bit, though. It was just hot enough to put me into what would we call it, summertime lull. I had just started to get acclimated to the 80-degree and 75-degree temperatures we had a few days earlier, and all of a sudden here comes a 93, 94 day, and I just wilted and got spring fever again. I walked around like I was in a daze here. Fell asleep 3 times. Every time I'd sit down and have a drink, I'd fall asleep. I was just drinking water and tea and stuff. Slept 3 times outside on the various chairs around the yard. Good God. And what a way to go. I guess you could do that on Sunday, can't you, Stan? Over.
Yeah, okay. It's normally me. I fall asleep here as well, but usually after 2 or 3 glasses of red wine, as you well know. Anyway, nothing much else. Look out for Jim Eagleson here. He should be about. So wish you both a good evening. Back to you, K6MYC, AB6SR.
Okay, we'll pick up Jim right now then. Thank you very much. Again, good evening again, Stan. WB6JNN, over to you, Jim. We should have good copy on you. Let me come back just a little bit here. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, well, you're S9, K6MYC, WB6JNN. I did hear somebody earlier trying to check in. They appeared to be up north of me because that's where my antenna was. I was at 30 degrees, and where I was chasing a satellite earlier. And then when I came down here, I did not hear that person again. So must be somebody north of me that you were hearing and I was hearing. K6MY, 285.
Okay, very good. Was this tonight or from last time on Thursday night?
No, tonight you said somebody called and they didn't come back. So I'm not sure exactly if that was somebody up in the Sacramento area or north of me somewhere.
Okay, very good. Taking pictures with the cell phones here. That little baby skunk almost walked into the room with us about 4 feet away. He isn't a baby. He's half grown. He's a little boy. But he's curious. He's wandering around here. they're just comfortable as hell with us. Got radio blaring and a little bit of scraps of food on the floor that the raccoons scattered around, and they're just and Abby's just laying on the ground next to me watching this parade of wild animals come in. He must live with these guys, 24/7 when we're not here. Anyway, good to hear you, Jim. A good strong signal from you this evening. Hopefully we'll hear some others this evening. KWB6JNN. Of course, we'll look for you tomorrow night as well. K6MYC.
Yeah, I just turned it on to let it warm up overnight. WB6JNN.
There you go. Warm it up overnight, huh? Probably 15 minutes is good. All righty. Let's see. Where's Gary tonight? Gary, are you in here, WB6WNI? I don't hear Gary tonight. That's unusual. K6QFO. How about it? How about KT2G? How about KD6SOK? How about W6 Papa Queen London? How about KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie? KB6 WFC? How about you, Mike? Holy cow, the whole Bay Area has bailed on us here. I guess I can't think of anybody else that's missing. KB6BA, but he's in and out too. KB6BA, how about it, Oliver? Judy's out chumming now. She's chumming the skunks with little bits of food. We're having no end of fun here. If I'm a little bit distracted tonight, you guys have to forgive me. This is fun. Okay, let's see here. Bay Area, we've exhausted, so I'm going to head on up to Oakley.
All I have to say, Mike, is go course gold, over.
Hi, Rob.
Okay. N6, Radio Oscar. N6, Rodeo Oakley, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO. I better turn the antenna here. I'm hearing the Bay Area on my low antenna, and it's even, I cranked the tower down about 10, so I'm going to come around to you right now. You copying me at the moment?
Oh, yeah, getting stronger. Gotcha, no problem.
Yeah. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835, high temperature 91. Dinner was swordfish, sauteed, and Brussels sprouts and onions and mushrooms. And that's the report from me.
Yeah, very good. I missed the entree.
Swordfish.
Swordfish, okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah, we didn't have anything that fancy tonight. I think we had some kind of old crispy chicken or something rolled up in some kind of little crunchy batter. It was good. A nice quick meal. Matt came home just at the last minute, 6:30 or so. Oh, they'll be all right. It's interesting. I think Judy's worried about somebody having an altercation here, and we're going to be the worse for the wear if we get one of those.
Sparky up on the table.
Oh, Sparky's on the table. We got two cats, two skunks, and two raccoons in here now. We're having a great time. They're all here. I think they're here for the party, Judy. They know there's a party going on here. They're being very benign. The skunks are fine. They're not going to get into any trouble. They're all been trained by their daddy, bad boy.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
If the fight breaks out, you hand me the mic, I'll just write it easy.
Yeah, okay, if a fight breaks out, not likely. Okay. Did you get 835 written down there? Let's get Ken in here. And then you had an easy weekend, Ken. I heard, I didn't tune the bands very much. I was going to get on, I think I did work somebody on 40 meters one evening here, Saturday evening or Friday evening or something, but didn't seem to have a lot of activity on the band. Never did hear any Africans. So all things are slow right now. Anyway, good to hear you. We'll see you, of course, tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters, Ken. N6 Rodeo Oakley. Do you have a rodeo there? K6MYC.
I'm thinking about it. Okay, radio-wise, I tried to bounce off the moon last night on 6 meters, but the power line noise just killed any possibility of hearing an echo. And then I spent a couple hours in the Washington QSO party, the salmon run. Just on 80 meters, I made 30 contacts. I got a lot of friends up that way. And this week we're getting ready for the Worldwide DX contest, RTTY, starting on Friday. So it'll be configuring the station again, N6RO.
Okay, now that's got your week lined up pretty well there. Okay, on the Washington QSO party, I didn't hear anything about that. We did work our friend Bob up there in Olympia, but he didn't say anything about it, and a couple of others.
What's out, Abby?
He's just saying hello to the gang out there.
He doesn't know there's a skunk right there.
Oh, he knows. He's pretty smoxy. Anyway, 2 skunks in the other room here. Yeah, 2 skunks, 2 raccoons. Boy, oh boy! No wonder the food's gone every morning when we come out here. But they're early tonight. You know, it's getting dark earlier. They only come out when it gets dark, and of course it was pretty much pitch black by 7:30 here this evening. By the way, okay, on your temperature, we had 93, I think, today. We saw 92 for a couple of hours, but I'm assuming it probably squeaked in between there up to 93. No big difference from what you had, but it gave me spring fever, and I sat around and fell asleep every time I sat down. Alrighty, see you tomorrow, Ken. Good evening. N6RO, okay, 6MYC.
Yeah, okay, doke. On the temperature, pet the skunks for me, would you? See you tomorrow.
See you mañana.
WB6GGY.
WB6JNP.
Okay, we got 2 of you. Let's get Phil in here first. He's further away. WB6GGY. It's 884. Just right, 884 down, Judy. Judy's trying to take pictures and do the log. We got skunks and raccoons and cats. 2 of each in here tonight. We got a menagerie. Anyway, kind of fun. Good evening to you, Phil. And I hope you had a good day after your birthday. I think it was your birthday party day instead of the day before. WB6GGY, 82 now, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, yeah, it sounds like you drifted on with the antenna. But we will catch you later, and very good evening to you and Judy both. And 7373 WB6GGY and Bozo 88473.
Okay, did I fade out on you?
No, now you're back. Boy, are you back.
Yeah, well, I'm back, but I had you in a null. I just hadn't gone far enough with the antenna, but you were so strong, and then the null really took over. But, yeah, you're strong now. Alrighty. Good deal. Hope you had a good one, and we'll see you in the morning. I think Bob's going to be there, so we'll look forward to seeing you on 40 meters, Phil. WB6GGY with Barb in the background, K6MYC. Over to you, Dane. WB6JMP, Course Gold, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, WB6JNP. I just called up the weather log. It was 86.5 here today at someplace around 3 o'clock. So anyway, that should go along with what you're having. And we're going to be out of town Tuesday, Wednesday, and should be back Thursday. So I was wondering, are you going to be around the house tomorrow?
Yeah, we're around the house every day here.
Okay, well, I thought you were, but before I just sort of showed up at your front door, I thought I would confirm that.
Yeah, okay, so you're heading down toward Fresno or something?
No, actually, I think I'm just headed towards your place. You had talked about a loop antenna, and also we've been discussing a 736.
Oh, okay. can have a look at both of those things. Sure enough. Anytime after probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. Is that okay?
Yeah, it'll work for me. I can also, I think I've got your number. I can call you, and that way it'll confirm that you have my number.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, call me when you leave the house or something there. It's 559, of course, 994-5105. 994-5105.
Okay, what was the first three on it other than 559?
994.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got it, but now I've got it written down yet again. So anyway, yeah, it it goes along with the old. For years, living in LA, everything was 213, and then they needed more numbers, so they had 310. And then where Peggy worked at Harbor UCLA Medical Center with all the different cell phones, pager systems, everything else, they had something like 5 different area codes.
Wouldn't surprise me. Watch out the way you say the word pager, okay?
Oh, okay.
The pagers took quite a toll on the Hezbollah boys over there.
Well, you know how it is when you rely on technology.
Yeah. Good old Israelis are one step ahead all the time. Anyway, I hope it doesn't get too crazy. I think they may have to. Well, they knocked out some 100-plus missile sites on top of everything else, with just their aircraft today as well. So they're taking out the people and they're taking out the rocket sites. But the Hezbollah is still stupid. They keep dumping rockets into in northern Israel, and they keep doing that. They're just going to get hammered. I don't know why don't they get smart? But they're not smart. We know that.
Well, we'd like to think they are, but they would like to think they are. Years and years ago, probably 25 years ago now, I was on a business trip to Israel, and I was flying up to, I think the city was Rosh Pina, and I was flying out of a little airport called Dove, and so I go there, and of course, you go through usual Israeli security, and they ask you the same question, 3 different people, and then they all compare notes and all that. So one of the questions was, do you have any guns, knives, weapons, or explosives on your person? And I thought for a second, and I go, well, I do have a knife, because I always have a Swiss Army knife. And she goes, may I see it? And I showed it to her, and she goes, that's not a knife. And I'm ready for her to reach in her boot and pull out a blade and say, now that's a knife. But she didn't do that. And then she asked me about my computer. And I go, oh, would you like me to turn it on? And she goes, no, anybody that's smart enough to conceal a device in it would make it so you could turn it on. And I thought, gee, they were one step ahead.
Yeah. They got it all figured out. Even then, yeah, they're not asleep at the wheel, that's for sure. I don't think the Lebanese are either. The people that make up the Hezbollah. The problem is that they're mindlessly dedicated to killing Israelis. They've been brought up that way, and it's something that's unfortunate. But they may never get rid of that mindset until they're in bits and pieces on all over the walls. Okay, enough of that cheery thought. Good evening, Dane. We'll see you, of course, tomorrow night, perhaps on 6, and then Wednesday for sure. WB6JNN, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at your convenience, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. WB6JNP, course.
Yep. Who was that?
759 KR6MR.
Okay, good evening, John. Good signal. I guess I'm pretty close to you here. Take a transmission. Yeah, I'm right almost on the air. KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Bill's also on the side waiting for you. I've got all my wiring torn apart on my 1.2 system to finish building my controller. Hopefully, I will have it together for Tuesday night.
Okay. Well, if we don't hear you, we'll know that you didn't quite get it all back together. But we hope to hear you, and hopefully it'll all work well for you. Sounds good, John. Good evening to you. Good, strong signal, very steady tonight from the Sacramento area. So we'll pick up Bill. I've got to go back a little bit, and we'll also pick up the the Reading boys. K06KD, Bill, K6MYC.
Yeah, don't go messing around with it too much, Mike. I got a good copy on you now, and by the time you get it around to where you're pointing at me, you'll disappear. So as long as I got you, K06KD776, over.
We got you. Thank you very much, Bill. And have you heard Darren tonight?
Negative. I have not heard from Darren, and I suspect that, I did earlier, about 2 hours ago, he and his wife were out on a walk, if you know what that means. So, but I have not heard him on the radio or any of the usual places.
Yeah, okay, maybe she's over at the casino making money. If they're hitting those $100 jackpots, you might as well just stay there.
Well, actually, in his case, if he does, then he usually winds up spending it and it goes right back in the machine. But he sent me a message. It had a picture of the machine he's playing, which none of that crap makes any sense to me. It's all this electronic nonsense. But it was an 80-cent bet, and he got $280 spit out at him.
Okay. We didn't hear you on 40 this morning. We did stand by. We didn't stay on real long, but just Bob and I and Dan N7TSK was in there. Otherwise, it was a pretty quiet morning without Phil and yourself there. No worries. We'll see you tomorrow, perhaps, on 40. 7-3 for now, and we'll see you, of course, tomorrow night on 222, Bill. Let me just take a quick standby. KJ6KFB, are you in there, Darren? He's still out walking. No worries. Let's see. I'll go to Reading, KD6SWSD, sugar water. Go ahead, 145.
Yeah, okay. This is KD6 shortwave, 145, way out here in the boonies of Reading, over.
Well, you're way down, but we got you 145, Rich. KD6 sugar whiskey. K6MYC. Very good. Hopefully it'll come up in a second. Let me see if Jerry's in there. K06HS. How about it, Jerry? K06HS. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Over.
Roger. K06HS 230. We're here. Signal's a little bit weak, but we are here. Over.
Yeah, and you're coming up, too. It's just started to come up out of the noise. We got your 230, and thank you very much for being there on a Sunday night, Jerry. I know sometimes you have family and other things going on there, so it's always good to hear you at least once a week, but it's even better to hear you both nights of the week there. I wish conditions were better, but let me shoot it right back to you. It might be up now, and then you can shoot it up to Rich. K06HS, Reading, K6MYC.
Roger. It looks like it came up just a little bit there, so I got a little rise out of us there. Yeah, we're out of town a little bit in the past year, so we missed a couple days, but hopefully we'll be back and make each night and make CN80 put it back on the map. Over.
Yeah, you're doing good. Pounding in here. Ken, or anybody else want to say hello to Jerry? Okay, they're in and out. So how about it, Rich? Is it up for you as well?
Oh, yeah. You're definitely a lot stronger than you were before. Keep up the good work. You know, that works out better that way, Mike. Over.
Yeah, it sure does. You guys didn't hear all the fun we've been having here. We were sitting here in the barn. We're out in the barn, and the first thing that happened is Judy saw a raccoon, one raccoon, and then two medium-sized raccoons, half-grown, came in, and they fussed around. And the young guys, they didn't know quite how to eat out of our dishes, and they spilled the dishes. And the next thing you know, we had another visitor, a skunk. A half-grown skunk came in. He didn't bother anybody. He was just looking for some food. And then his brother, so we had at one point in time, we had 2 cats, 2 skunks, 2 raccoons, and Judy and I. Over.
Oh, yeah. I heard you talking about that. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I would feel a little nervous about having those skunks around. All they got to do is lift that tail up and give you that funny look, and it's all over.
Yeah, but they grew up here. These guys all know us. These are babies from my first pet skunk, which was accidental. He grew up here, so he was a baby. And he got to be a big boy, and now he's got a family. His name is Bad Boy. I call him Bad Boy because he used to just come right in the house, go right down to the pantry, crawl right into the cat bag, unroll the cat bag, and crawl right in and eat his fill, and then go back out. All by himself. He knew the house. He knew everything, and he's totally benign. He looks at me. I look at him. I'm sitting there. He pulls over a canister of a garbage can that had an apple core in it. He ate the apple core while he's sitting there 2 feet from my feet. So he's totally at home, and now he's trained his kids to be nice boys also. So that's what we've got here. They're still running around out there. They're fussing around in the. We're in the side room in the barn, but they're in the middle section. You know, where
we may have to camp in here tonight.
Yeah, we may have to camp in here. Judy says, "No, I don't think so. They'll let us go to bed." Anyway, see you guys. Great signals tonight. Thanks much. Back to you, Reg, and then down to Jerry. KD6SW, K6MYC.
Okay, well, yeah, keep the tame skunks there under control. I remember having a family of skunks walking through my patio here a couple of years ago. There were, I think, 4 or 5 little babies right behind them. They didn't seem to get startled at all by me walking out there, but I didn't want to get too close to them. I don't trust them. Anyway, it got up to the 90s here today, and looks like it'll be that way the rest of the week. 7-3, over to Jerry on KD6 stopping west.
Roger, yeah, we got to watch those critters out here. That cat food is kind of like crack for the wild animals. And we don't have any cats anymore, so no problem with them coming in here. We'll see you later. See you next time, Mike. 73, KD6HS.
Okay, very good, Jerry. Very good, Rich. Good copy for both of you right down to the end, although it's dropping off again there. What a nice peak. Good like the old days. Hi. 7-3 guys, KO6HS, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Anybody else in this direction before I go to Nevada? K6MYC Bozo Net.
WA6HNA 1013.
Well, you're roaring in here tonight, Greg. Great signal. WA6HNA. K6MYC. And let me ask you a question. How far are you from San Andreas? How long does it take you to drive to San Andreas?
Oh, it's a little over an hour. Maybe an hour and 10, something like that.
Okay. Well, I don't want to put you through this, and I don't think I'll have to. But we're preparing for something that we've been hearing about for some time. That may not happen, but we're preparing for it. Judy's daughter, of course, Carolyn, lives in San Andreas. We're just in the last few days of buying the property up there. But there's word on the various channels and internets and pods that there's going to be a blackout, total blackout, and it's going to last 10 days. It's kind of a shake-up, wake-up day blackout. And so what we're going to do is I'm setting up a very simple 450 antenna, 450-11 for 432, and we're going to give her a radio up there, and it's going to mount on a little satellite TV mast, which they still have on the roof there. But if she has any trouble, if it really doesn't work like it's supposed to, and it gives her any trouble, I might try to put the arm on you, and of course it'll be worth something to me to get her taken care of there. But should be nothing to do. We're going to try and make it completely turnkey. But just in the event of a blackout, so we have communications between mother and daughter here, over.
Oh, okay. And is this going to be, is she a ham, or is this going to be like a GMRS radio? Because between where you live and where she lives, our T-Cares repeaters up here in Tuolumne would probably cover both ends of that conversation. Over.
Yeah, no, we're not going to use repeaters. We're going to go direct path. So the antennas will be aimed right here. And she's getting her license right at the moment, but in a blackout, I'm not too concerned about a few short conversations outside of the rules, just to keep communications going. And then soon Judy and her will both have licenses, so it's not much of an issue. But we don't have time for it right now. We got the word on the blackout too quick for her to get all that taken care of, over.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. All right, well, yeah, we got a wedding this week for my daughter, and then we're going to have company here for a couple of weeks, and then about mid-October is when I'm going to be surfacing back up again. I think we got family coming in from Virginia, so it's going to be kind of busy. So I might be out of commission and away from the QTH for a bit.
Okay, well, if it works, it works. But chances are she won't need you anyway. Yeah, she's very good with her hands. She's a fire gal. She was in the fire department, and yeah, she was Collier. This is Dick Collier's daughter we're talking about here, over.
Oh, okay, yeah, I kind of guessed that might be the case. So, all right, well, very good. And the other guy that would probably help you out on that if I'm out of commission at the time is Dave, WA6LOL. He's up that way as well.
Yeah, he's probably about as far away as you are, and maybe he could do that. Yeah. He's been going through the chemo thing, but I think he's pretty well. He's in here tonight somewhere. Dave, are you still on frequency? He's probably bouncing signals off the moon now. I think it's just about to rise if it hasn't already.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he is feeling pretty good these days too. So yeah, he's pretty handy as well. So, but anyway, I will be just in and out. So there's always a possibility that give me a holler. And if you don't have my number, I know that Rob has it since we've been communicating back and forth. And I'm getting my first part of my system signed off by the planning department tomorrow. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, I've got a grid connection here, so I've got to deal with PG&E and the planning department. But anyway, we're getting that out of the way first, and then I should have the battery backup, which might be needed for what you're talking about here in the short order. So anyway, things are moving along. Back to you, Mike.
Okay. Now, who was the other one you said that, beside Dave, that might be able to help? See, if I could get a hold of Marge at the Thorn Mansion and her son Eric, they're only a mile apart, so Eric's very handy with his hands. Of course, he has the same skills his father had, rebuilding the Thorn Mansion and rebuilding all kinds of old antique automobiles and so on. So he could help her as well, but I haven't been able to reach them in San Andreas. They seem like I don't know where they are. They don't seem to be there. Carolyn's gone by a couple of times and left notes. We've gotten no response, so I'm a little bit baffled as to where everybody is there, and she doesn't answer her phone. I think they had a cell, but I don't think they're using it. I called both numbers, and nothing's working. So anyway, we're just running into I'm just trying to do a backup plan, that's all, Greg. Anyway, won't worry about it. Don't sweat it at all. Thanks much, and good to have you in here. WA6HNA, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, and hello to Rob as well. Rob was jumping in there the last time, so anyway, I think you won, Mike. Anyway, so I'll say 73 and let you get on up to Nevada. Thanks for doing the net tonight, Mike. WA6HNA 1013.
Roger, got it. Thanks for the Bozo number. Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, Greg, hey, that's good news on your solar system. WA6HNA, KM6SRR.
Yeah, we had to put a new main panel in the house because it was an old 100-amp panel. I think I talked to you about that. And so that's tomorrow. We've got everything all staged and ready to go. So I'll be glad when that's behind me because that's the one where I've got to deal with the with the authorities. So anyway, soon to have that. Over to you.
Yep, sounds good, Greg. Good luck on all that. KM6SR, back to net.
All right, see you, Rob. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Greg, 73. All right, let's see. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? K6MYC.
Alpha Juliet 6, Quebec Lima.
Ah, there he is. Hi, George. We haven't heard you for a month or so. You may have been on a little vacation or something there. AJ6 Queen Lima, give us your call and your Bozo number again so Judy can write it down. And tell us what you've been up to, over.
Yeah, it's Alpha Juliet 6 Quebec Lima, AJ6 Square, Bozo number 1031. 1031. Good evening, Judy. I'm not always able to come to the net anymore because I think you know that my wife is in a care home with hardcore Parkinson, and I have to go there more often now to feed her. I go anyway, but it takes much longer than it used to, so I spend a lot of time there, over.
Yeah, I didn't know that. What I missed a little bit of that. Your wife is she ill? You say, and she's in a hospital?
No, we have some QSP here. She's in a care home, in a care facility now, but she has hardcore Parkinson's, so it's very immobilized and it's not good. But I just want to be with her as much as I can, over.
Roger. Well, we understand, and just check in when you can, George. Hopefully she does okay there, and hopefully she's getting good care. More power to you. I went through that for 5 years. Not quite so bad with my wife, but she had cancer, and we made many trips to Stanford for treatments and chemo and all that stuff. So know what you're going through, my friend. Take care. Our thoughts are with you. KB6 Alpha Juliet 6 Queen Lima, K6MYC.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. It was very nice, and I won't hold you up because you have to Nevada. So thank you very much, and all the best to you and Judy. AJ6Q.
Okay, thank you, George. Take care, and we'll see you when we see you. Anybody else? K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, KE6ILX has been very quiet. Hopefully he's okay up there. I don't know if anybody else is in here. KW6T checked in early. Rush, are you still here or are you gone?
KE6ILX.
Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil. Boy, have you been missing a month and a half or so here. Hopefully you're okay. Are you okay up there, buddy?
The few guys over there. I've been hearing that. I just haven't been able to get in at the right point, and it's just been very busy for me here the last end of the wrapping up all the mining stuff, and it's very busy time for me. That's all.
I'm just getting a little bit of it. You're very weak tonight for some reason. You must be on just a single whole loop and low power, but very busy. I got that. Just do the best you can and check in when you can, Jeff. Good to hear you. Hopefully everything is okay there. And just very busy, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Hi. 73s, KE6ILX 96, K6MYC.
Yeah, I didn't have the amp on, so that was only 25 watts. Here's the amp. Any better?
Oh, yeah. 5 watts makes me really work, you booger.
Yeah, 25 watts for about a little over 300 amps. So anyway, just still operating out of the truck, and we'll get in here whenever we can. KE6ILX 96, Charlie Mike 99.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would hear you in the contest. That weekend would have been dandy and nobody. I did work one other Charlie Mike 99. I don't know what band it was, but it would have been good to get you on several bands. We had a lot of people waiting for Charlie Mike 99 to show up on Saturday night, as we always do our 220, 432, and 1296 night, but you would have been good for 2 of those anyway. Hi. Okay, 7-3, Jeff, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in and making us feel like you're still in one piece up there. Your business and your mining always makes us a little worried. KE6ILX, K6MYC, 73.
All right, so yeah, I handed out some cues on 1296 on Sunday, just a little bit out of the truck again. So anyway, 73 and we're clear.
73. Anybody else? K6MYC before we go to Nevada.
Hey, where is Jeff? I was hearing him fairly well, but I probably couldn't have worked him, but where is he?
He's in Grass Valley and running 25 watts to him. His antennas are on his car, very small stuff.
Oh, okay, then my antenna's definitely working. I know exactly where Grass Valley is, and I knew that getting up on that ridge was going to improve a couple of directions, that being one of them. So, okay, carry on, sir. W6BBS.
Yeah, no, he was weak for me, too, and just barely Q5. In fact, I couldn't, probably legitimately wasn't quite Q5 because I missed a word every now and then, but I could fill. All righty. Yeah, he's running a marginal system there. He was just running 5 watts when he first came in, and he kicked the amp on at 25. That's when he came up a little bit. All right, let's see, Nevada. I'm pointed toward Nevada now, so we got KB6, KD6BQ. We've got N7 Whiskey Tango, and we got KE7UQL. Who's in there tonight, over?
Here is 272 KD7UQL, standing by.
Good evening, Daniel. 272, we got you. And not a bad signal, not as strong as I've heard, but I'm sure it'll come up a little bit, and maybe I can peek on you a little bit. You've been missing a couple of days off and on, but not to worry, you're allowed to do that. I'm sure you had some other things going on there. KE7UQL 272 K6MYC.
Roger. On Wednesday it rained up here, and on Thursday I was driving Miss Daisy, over.
You were driving with Miss Daisy, okay. Yeah, we thought you might have got some snow, and that might have taken you out one night.
Well, snow is on its way. It's coming. That's for sure.
Okay. Where were you going with Miss Daisy?
Oh, I was on duty with the chauffeur business, taking the missus here and there, over.
Okay. Very good. I don't know if anybody else is in here or not. Richard should be back. He was over with his at his dad's place, but he said he should have been back by tonight. I think he said he was going to be back by tonight. Maybe not until Monday, but we'll see. And maybe Larry's here too. N7 Whiskey Tango, how about it, Larry? K6MYC. Okay, no Larry at the moment. KD6BQ, KD6BQ. How about it, you, Richard? Over. Looks like Richard's still in Utah, but he should be back in a couple of days. All right, Daniel, it looks like you're the only one, but we'll take it. Anybody else want to say hello to Daniel before we call it a night here? K6MYC.
KE7UQL, KE6ILX mobile.
KE6ILX, hello there, Jeff. KE7UQL there.
Yeah, get a copy of Daniel in there, just Q5, just about the noise, but it's readable. We'll say 7-3, good to hear you.
Good to hear you, Jeff, and 7-3 back to you.
There you go, 25 watts. What's the antenna tonight, Jeff? Are you on the whole loop?
Yeah, it's 350 watts, so 350 into stacked pair loops tonight.
Okay, yeah, that brought you up, and I'm not even pointed at you now, so you're doing fine. I can hear you. Q5, about the same readability as you were in the other direction. Hi. All right. 7-3, Daniel, and we'll look for you tomorrow night on 222, Daniel, and maybe Jeff will be in there too. I think he has 222, but I'm not sure. Anyway, 73s, guys, and Rob, if you're there, we can swing down toward Porterville. I may stop in the Bay Area. We only had 3 or 4 check-ins here, so I may go there for late checks and missed. Rob, over.
Sounds good, Mike. Yep, course code smoked them. Over.
Yes, we are.
Okay, K6MYC, we'll see you on 222, KE7UQL. Good night.
I didn't know you could drive that fast. You're right in the shack with me down, Daniel.
Yes, Roger, you're S10 right now.
Holy cow. It's up and down, but the really, really good conditions. When it's up, it's really good. Thanks, Daniel. Always great to hear you. Bye-bye. Okay, going back.
KE7BK, Eddie on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net. KE7BK, KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by.
I'll call into the Bay Area if he isn't there.
Yeah, I don't think he's there. KE6BK, over.
Okay. Bay Area, late checks are missed. Anybody that we missed that came in late into the Bay Area, please give us a call now. This is Mike, K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming the Bay Area on 2 meters. Late checks are missed, please. Over.
W6PQL.
Hey, there he is. We wondered where you were. We thought maybe you were out to dinner or something. W6PQL, 1296. Good evening.
Good evening. Nice warm day today. Pretty good. Tomorrow's going to be hot, so be out there golfing, so I think I'll take along a cold one.
I'm not ignoring you, but I hit the button by mistake here and the rotator took off. Yeah, it was. Well, it got up to 93 here today. Pretty stable through the middle of the day, 92, 93 for many hours. Over.
Yeah, we're a little cooler, about 87 at the hottest point of the day. Tomorrow, though, I think we're going to be about 7, 8 degrees warmer than that. That's the forecast anyway. Well, that's okay. I'd rather be warm than cold.
Well, I'm with you. Some people like it the other way, but I'd rather be warm. We should be banging right around 100 degrees on Tuesday. We've seen all kinds of predictions. One as high as 104, and then the other one was 99. So we don't know, but it'll be warmer than it was today. That's for sure. Anyway, won't keep you. You might. I haven't heard Mike, so you might take a standby and see if you can raise anybody else from your side, Jim. Over.
Okay. Anybody else on here, like 775 or anybody? W6PQL.
Oh, sorry I'm late. WB6WNI 1090.
Oh, hi, Gary. I'll take you. WB6WNI 1090. We did call you a couple of times, and I was quite surprised not to hear you or hear you and not to hear you. The other guy we're missing here is N5NPD in Newman. He's usually in here every night, but he may be taking a break here or something tonight. But good to hear you, Gary, and thanks very much for checking in. We did not hear Mike tonight, but I assume he's still home, but probably on a very tight schedule there. WB6WNI 1090 K6MYC.
Oh, very good, Mike. Yeah, I did not see Mike today, you know, and I've called him locally on 14652, and I cannot raise him, but he is busy. I found that out. He is quite busy, and I won't hold you, but I listened to the most, I guess, intense contest I've ever heard, and that was the 10 gigahertz and higher. It just finished, but my word, that was non-stop action. Anyway, nothing like the 2-meter contests we have here in San Jose, which are just basically dead. Anyway, Mike, I'll say 73. No, we had a very late dinner, and I'm just glad you checked in, and thanks, Jim, for the relay. Anyway, K6NYC, Davey, 679, 73, Mike.
Yeah, okay, fine on the 10 gigahertz thing there. That's probably why we're not hearing KB6BA. By the way, you missed the animal circus that we had here a while back, just a few minutes ago. We were sitting in here, and all of a sudden, Judy said, "Oh, look, there's an animal." She could see a tail, then we saw it. It was a raccoon, half-grown raccoon, and his brother came in. They were all about 8 feet from us here, just outside this door, this room that we're in, eating the cat food. And the cat was looking at them, and they were looking at the cat, but nobody paid too much attention. And then a little bit later, we saw another tail, and it wasn't a raccoon tail. It was a skunk. And then all of a sudden, there was a second skunk in here, and then the second cat. First of all, we had Abby, and then Sparky showed up. So we had 2 cats, 2 skunks, and 2 raccoons, and 2 humans in here all at the same time. Over.
You know, that takes the cake, Mike. Here, let me turn that. Yeah, I've seen raccoons. In fact, where I used to live, we had 5 raccoons in the backyard at the same time. But, do you know a skunk? I have only seen 1 skunk, and it was in Chico when I visited my sister. There was a skunk in one of the little creeks there. But, oh, wow. Well, I'm glad everything worked out well. That's kind of interesting, all right. Walk right in because there's food. That's the reason. Food. And they love cat food, I know from experience. K6NYC, WB679.
Yeah, well, they do. They're all sort of like cats anyway. And this is the hungry time of the season. You know, everything's dried up. There's no greenery growing yet. We haven't had any rain or anything that would start anything growing. So they are really hungry and very aggressive. But these skunks are very friendly. They grew up here, so did the raccoon. So they grew up right within 100 feet of where we live. They hear us talking a lot. We're outside doing work and stuff. But the skunks and their father, Bad Boy, he grew up here and used to get caught by me in the garage of the house. He would come in and eat the dog food. And I thought he was a squirrel when I first saw him because he had this little curly tail. But it turned out it was Bad Boy, and he became so familiar with us, he'd come right in the house, walk right by me. I'd be sitting there talking on the radio, and he'd walk right by me, go down the hallway and into the pantry, unroll the cat food bag, and climb right in. I got a picture of him. Judy's seen it. Yeah. With just a tail sticking out him down inside the bag in the pantry. He gets done. He backs out. He comes right back out again, goes outside. Thank you very much. I'm full now. So Bad Boy's taught his kids not to be too concerned about us either. So they've grown up with these voices, these Hemsheck, and we got you guys blaring out the speaker here. Nobody's bothered a bit by it. They feel real comfortable, I think. No issues whatsoever. There's another one out there? I think so, yeah. There's one right there. I just saw him go by. They're still fussing around here. All right, Gary, 7-3, take care. WB6WNI, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. That is a great story. So, anyway, we'll let you go. K6MYC, Judy and the gang out here on WB679.
Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area before we pull the cork on the net here? Over. By the way, Ben did check in, Rob, but he wanted me to pass his best wishes on to you. Over.
Roger, Mike. Yeah, I was monitoring from downstairs eating. I can hear the loft down there. I just can't talk out when I'm eating. Over.
Roger, no worries. All right, we did have W6PYP, though, tonight checked in. That's good. I haven't heard him for a couple of months. Greg down there in Visalia. So we got quite a list. What's the count tonight, Judy? Looks like 37, Rob.
Okay, I'm missing one then. I got 36. I was busy futzing with I thought I had a bad 10-meter line and antenna, but what happened, I guess the radio went down to 23 instead of 28. So I missed something there when you were just getting into the Bay Area. Over.
Well, let's see. We did get
37. How many?
What was it?
How many did I say? 30,
You said 37.
37, 38, 39.
There's 40 total.
Yeah, I've only got 36.
Okay, well, you must be missing more than one with me in there. She's got 39. So let me just see once.
I have it.
There's a dupe in there, so 38 looks like a good number, Rob. But here's one you might have missed. Lee was in here, AF6 United, over in Watsonville. We did have 3 in the Atascadero area. Eric was in, or he wasn't there, but he got checked in by Ron. So we had 1055, 1044, and 1050, 10 something or other, whatever KB6WRW's call is, number is, over.
Yeah, 1052. Yeah, I got all 3 of those. Where I started missing was after 410 there, KW6T.
Yeah, well, I was pointed toward KW6S, and then we picked up KE6QR 177, and we got Ed in there, WA6AXX, and that was about it in the Bay Area. Finally got WB6JNN, and
I got 807. After 773.
Yeah, that was who?
807.
807. Oh, yeah, we got Stan, AB6SR.
Okay, that's the 2 I didn't have, Lee and Stan, over.
Okay, there you go. Okay, good. Well, let's get out of here. We haven't got the air conditioning on, and we don't need it quite, but it's getting a little warm in the shack here, so we're going to wander up to the house and have a cool drink and probably watch a video or something. Carrie's sent us a bunch of sites that we've been watching. One of them is a financial site, quite interesting. So we're going to probably watch some of that before we call it a night here.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. Yeah, I'm going to go into work tomorrow. I got to turn in all the stuff I've been working on, which I haven't quite finished. So I got to get to bed early tonight. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Go to it. We'll see you, Aaron, if you're still there. K6USY. We may see you in the morning if you're working at home.
No, not this week. I'm pretty much scheduled. Well. We'll see how much I get to work from home the next couple months. I'm going to be pretty busy. Got a big project going on.
Yeah, okay, no worries. But we'll see you then tomorrow night on 6 meters. And take care. Say hi to Brittany. Thanks again for your help with the stream. You probably heard Frank a little bit. You can see he's a little on the rough side. I think you've got all the information back to him. He lost everything that was on the computer for some reason. I think you fixed him up, right?
Yeah, I sent him the info, but I also let him know that his email address wasn't working. I don't know if you forgot to pay for his domain or something, but yeah, so I ended up having to text the password to him because his email address wasn't working.
Yeah, okay. Frank is gone. We have his, I think it's W6BBS at W6BBS.com.
Yeah, well, it looks like he updated his email address to Proton Mail because, yeah, I think his W6BBS.com stopped working.
Okay. Now, I've got his phone number. Do you have his phone number? You must have his phone number.
Yeah, I have his phone number, so it's fine. I just texted him the password that he needed, but I first tried to email it to him, and it immediately bounced.
Huh, okay. We're thinking about going on Starlink, by the way. I talked to my grandson, who's up in Idaho now, and he's up in the clear sky area in a little town called Athol, Idaho. And he says he looks up in the sky and he can see all the Skylink satellites. He says about 15 of them are always visible above the horizon there, over.
Yeah. The only downside is compared to the connection you got now is the Starlink will add a little bit of extra latency because you're going up to low Earth orbit, but it's not as bad as going up to geosynchronous.
No, there's no lower latency. That's better. That's only 120 miles, so that's nothing compared to fiber optics. The latency, he says, is insignificant, and it's not even as much as he had on his normal system. So he's been using it a year, and he's very happy with it.
Well, Mike, you can't overcome the laws of physics, so I can get places with my fiber here in a couple milliseconds that I guarantee you I wouldn't get there in a couple milliseconds going through Starlink. But yeah, as I say, it's still better than geosynchronous. Geosynchronous internet connections were terrible.
Yeah, no, these are fast. This is just real fast. You got 120 miles times 2, and then whatever delay through the machinery. And, of course, they may do some handoffs up there. I'm sure that you're working through any number of satellites or seeing your antenna. You don't have a real narrow pattern. The antenna is quite small, and it probably sees 4 or 5 of these things at the same time. Over.
Yeah, well, and also once your information gets up to one of the satellites, that's not necessarily the one doing the downlink to one of the to one of the home stations. So yeah, apparently the way their protocol works is you kind of go up and bounce around a little bit, and then you come back down.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it's fast enough that he doesn't even notice it. You might because you're really on top of that stuff, but it's so fast that it's, from his standpoint, it's insignificant, and it's faster than what he had when he was on the ground. Over.
Oh yeah. No, in a lot of the country, it's a huge improvement. I see a lot of people online going, oh, I'm going to ditch my fiber and go to Starlink, and it's like, no. Starlink is for people that live out in the middle of nowhere, don't have access to something better, or they're stuck with DSL or dial-up or something. That's what it's really for. But those of us that live in a metro area and have fiber, Starlink doesn't interest me.
Well, they're going to have a hard time shutting it down. They're talking about this proposed blackout. That would take down the conventional internet, but it would not take down Starlink, and that's kind of why I'm thinking of it.
Well, I mean, it still has to downlink somewhere. You just got to hope that those facilities have backup power.
Yeah, and can get to you somehow.
Yeah, in the event of a large-scale blackout, most of the backbone of the internet would stay up. It's just that most people at their houses would they wouldn't have enough power to stay up.
Anyway, I'm going to look into it some more before we get it, but that might be a way to get around the potential blackout thing. Anyway, I'll let you go. See you tomorrow, one way or the other, Aaron. Thanks again. K6USY over to Rob, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, thanks. You and Judy, K6MYC, KM6SR73. Oh, I wanted to, while I'm pointing down towards Rick, I want to give him one more shot. KB6RQU, you in there tonight, Rick? Over. Not hearing him. Well, it's worth a try. Anyway, 73 is Mike, and 73 to you too, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR, and Brittany, K6ZKA. Over.
73.
Yep, 73 guys, and Brittany's already in bed falling asleep and probably wants me to shut up. So we'll catch you guys later. K6USY.